Hey, this is Tony Tattoo coming at you in the wonderful Kildares Pub in the deep southwest of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And this is Wideopen YYC. Well, I'll tell you what, we've been starting to get some responses from some people, and we're very excited about that. Even, anybody that has an alternative opinion to what we're talking about, this is what makes this country great right now. And especially in this time and age where there seems to be all kinds of a divide between people, mostly between provinces, cities within provinces. Just heard now recently that the Trans-Canada pipeline has been approved by government, and really there hasn't been there could be no other result for this, people, because of the fact that we bought the fucking thing for $4.5 billion, right? You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Yeah, so we're just like, all right, so let's put it together. Let's put some people to work. It's not just about putting the people to work. It's getting our product from one province to Tidewater, which is always it's always been the problem. Now we understand that we need to consult with Indigenous people. Yes, of course. They need to take care of their kids, their futures. All right, so they need a little piece of the action. As far as the tanker traffic in and around the coast of Vancouver, or Burnaby in particular, there's already 4,000 ships traveling around out there, people. So, I mean, we've been to Vancouver a couple times in the past year, right, Dave? And it's been jam-packed with tankers,
Always.
right? So, if you're, this whole Save the Whales thing, I mean, that got blown out of the water a long time ago. Apparently, they just got to be a little bit more careful out there. That's all. So we are getting some conflicting opinions to what we're talking about, and we'll get to that a little bit later on. But we appreciate everybody, even if you have an alternative opinion, that you're actually writing in, talking to us, having the conversation, because this is what makes this country great. Justin Bieber just put out, we talked about it last week, was calling out Tom Cruise. And which within a couple days was immediately rescinded because, hey man, I was just funning around. That's all. It's I just put it out on Twitter. Like, Jesus Christ, like why don't you just pick on somebody maybe your own age that could probably kick your ass? But I believe Tom would be able to kick your ass. Madonna's new album, Madam X, she just put that out, Dave.
Poo poo.
Yeah, you know what? And to the fanfare of nobody and nothing. Again, so do you see where we're getting at here? We're getting at these people who are irrelevant, trying to make themselves relevant again. So Madonna, you were fantastic in your time. You were the number one. If there wasn't Madonna, there wouldn't be Beyonce, right, Dave?
Absolutely. She was the forefront runner in new innovation, style, writing, everything.
Cutting edge. Cutting edge. You know what? So I'll tell you what. Rest on those laurels. Quit trying to reinvent yourself because you're perfect the way you were. Toronto Raptors won the NBA Finals, and if you didn't know that, then you live under a rock. But apparently the parade was happening in the center of the universe, Dave, to Toronto. That's your stomping grounds, right?
Yeah, at City Hall. They have a band shell there, a trailer they pull out, set it all up and what have you, and did a good little presentation. All the politicians got their face, in the news as usual. And then Torontonians did what Torontonians do best.
Right, fuck it up.
Fuck it.
So yeah, there was a shooting. Four people got injured. Thankfully, they only got injured. Thankfully, there was nothing that was life-threatening. But still, now government has been talking about passing a bill taking away everybody's guns, and that means guns from law-abiding citizens. All right, so law-abiding citizens don't need the guns taken away from them. The criminals need the guns taken away from them, because if you take them away from the law-abiding citizens and you don't take them away from the criminals, what do we got left? Criminals with guns. Like, do the math. We have a great show coming up. We got No Limits. The ladies are coming back. We got Lee who is up in Yellowknife right now. We're going to have some guests from Yellowknife. They're going to be joining the show. We're going to FaceTime them here live in front of your steaming white eyes. And, some other news today. My band, Dirty Deeds DDC, will be playing at the Century Casino in Edmonton, December 14th. I want everybody in the country to be there. Sorry, that was a shameless plug, but I got to do it. We've got DJ Kaz, Dan. They're going to be doing footy talk and also kind of spreading their wings in a few other sports. We're going to have a few surprise guests, I'm hoping. They're saying they're going to show up, and we'll see if they do. If not, we're going to call them out for the next show. So please, we love the feedback, even though if it's an alternative opinion, like we said, or if you like what we're doing, please join us. Please watch us on YouTube and tell your friends to watch us on YouTube. Join us for the conversation on FaceTime, Twitter, Instagram, and tell you what, we will respond. Have yourself a good day.
Hello, beautiful people out there, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook land. Dan's rant for this week. I noticed some people commenting on some of our posts, which is great. I love the interaction, but I held my tongue, or I guess I held my fingers from the keyboard because I wanted to say this in person. When you're talking about somebody, unless they are a member of the German military from 36 to 45, or a member of the German parliament from 36 to 45, they're not a Nazi. In fact, I almost find the term, I won't say offensive because I don't get offended, but I find it disrespectful and rude. There's an entire numerous amount of people, I don't know if you've heard the number, over 6 million people who had to actually deal with actual Nazis. So when I see somebody say, "Oh, that's Stephen Harper, he's a Nazi," how dare you? Or Donald Trump, "Oh, he's kicking illegal criminals out of the country who are there illegally. He's a Nazi." He's not a Nazi. In fact, I implore you to say, if you think that Donald Trump or Stephen Harper or anybody else in the world currently is a Nazi, I want you to go up and find somebody with a little tattoo on their wrist and say to them, "Yeah, this Donald Trump guy, he's like Nazi. I know exactly what you went through." No, you don't have the balls to do that? Yeah, I didn't fucking think so. Choose your words carefully, because you're not as oppressed as you think you are. You don't have it as bad as you think you do. And pull your head out of your ass, I guess.
Hey, this is Tony Tattoo coming at you, the wonderful Kildares Pub, and I'm here with Callie, the wonderful Callie. She works here, and she's amazing. This segment's called Gen Z. Hey, so we're going to get right into it and talk about social media and kids. Obviously everybody has a cell phone these days. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just right after birth. It's slap, here's your cell phone, and off we go. Yeah. So tell me what you think about that.
So my sister, she's 10, and all of her friends, they all have social media apps and everything, and
right.
She sees me on my phone, and she's always like, "Oh, I wish I had Instagram," because she has Snapchat and she has this app called TikTok. And TikTok is this, it used to be called Musical.ly.
I've never heard of TikTok. What's that about?
So it's like, you take a video of yourself lip syncing to either like a song or like comedy or like something from like a TV show, and a lot of them are songs, right? And
right.
A lot of these, there's a lot of girls on there that are between the ages of, so you're supposed to be above the age of 13 if you're using it, but it's so easy to lie on that stuff. I had Facebook when I was 11 or 12, like, you know what I mean?
They can vet that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So there is a couple posts that they will say this is for 18 and older,
right?
Because it will be someone doing something sexual or dancing or whatever, but there is 13, 14, 15-year-old girls on there, like
Really?
belly dancing and yeah, swear words.
Did you hear about this?
Never.
There's a lot of things with swear words. My sister just downloaded a song. We share an Apple Music. She downloaded a song. It's called Lightning McQueen, and it's bizarre.
Never heard of this.
Super bizarre.
Yeah.
But because they do these little skits and these dances to these songs posted on the internet, millions of people, millions. Like there will be a video of a 17-year-old girl in a bikini dancing and have 1.2 million likes.
Wouldn't that be like a total field day for like creepers and those type of people?
Yeah, I've gone on there. I've seen old men posting videos and stuff and like licking their lips and.
You gotta be shitting me.
Yeah. I follow my sister on it. I don't use it, but I follow to make sure she's not posting inappropriate stuff, which she doesn't. But she's a beautiful girl, right? Like so
this is kind of like a public service announcement. Like parents,
yeah.
what are your kids on? I mean, this TikTok thing.
Yeah.
You mean, so is there a way to monitor that type of thing so that there's messages coming in that you can kind of net nanny it where she'll get something and then it'll come to you?
Not if like I have to be on
You
her
have to be on our account.
But I can see her posts. And
Yeah.
I know she wouldn't respond to anybody if they did message her. She is
Yeah.
Snapchat too. I have her on Snapchat. A couple of my friends have her on Snapchat and
Right.
we see what she posts and stuff. And it's not bad, but it's still like the way she is maturing.
Yeah.
When I was 10, I looked like
Look like a normal schoolgirl, whatever. Like,
I looked like a boy. Like I looked
Yeah.
like a boy, short red hair, but I was also
Right.
like 5'4".
Yeah.
I was a tall, lanky person, and she's a cute little blonde girl, blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
But she looks like she's 13, right? Her friend she goes to school with, in her grade, in her class, wears foundation, makeup, has had 3 boyfriends throughout the school year, and they're in grade 5.
get out.
Yeah.
If you
Snapchat.
think that's weird, I mean, man, that's way head and shoulders above when I was
Yeah.
in school or
Yeah.
anything else like that. I mean,
Yeah.
wow, that's crazy. I mean, all we did is go to band class and band camp, you know. I was like,
Well, even because I was the first middle school generation
Right.
to see Snapchat, right?
Yeah.
So it was like a long time ago. Now you can save stuff on there. You can screen record things on iPhones now. Like that's the thing with because there's a lot of sexual things that happen
Yeah.
in social media.
Right.
It can get put anywhere on the internet nowadays because you can screenshot, screen record, keep it forever, right?
so are these these things like TikTok? Are they like? I know it's hard to regulate social media. It's because it's already, you can't put that toothpaste back in the tube, right? It's like once it's out, it's out. But are they doing, to your knowledge, are they doing anything to police this type of activity especially kids that are not old enough to be on it per se, or
Yeah.
however they're supposed to be?
Well, you see Instagram, all the women now making hundreds of thousands of dollars from posting 2 bikini photos a day,
Right.
twerking, bouncing every body part they have.
Yeah.
And easily a 10-year-old boy could go and watch that. And then
Right.
at that age, he's already sexualizing women, and nobody can do anything about it because these women, to make their money, they have to keep it public. So Instagram can't really do anything to.
Yeah, like I said.
They couldn't be able. There's no way for them to block certain accounts from certain age groups. You know what I mean?
Once that genie's out of the bottle, we can't put her back in, right?
Yeah.
Well, so what would you suggest, just kind of wrap up things, what would you suggest to either parents or older sisters, older siblings, like in your situation with your younger sister, what should they do to kind of monitor or just be aware?
I think, I think at least one family member, if it's a younger sibling or your daughter or your son or whatever, if they have social media of any sort, they should monitor them, but they should respect their privacy a little bit, because
Right.
then the kid will act out and
Right.
do worse things on social media, right?
Right.
But you still need to spectate it and make sure. But I don't know. I think you should have your kids they should allow to have their own freedom on their phones and everything.
Yeah.
But it should be restricted when they're haven't even hit puberty yet. Like they don't even know anything about.
Yeah. Well, everything they're learning on social media now.
I don't think kids should have Instagram or TikTok or anything like that until they're at least 14, 15.
Yeah. So they're starting to question things. They're starting to.
Before they go into high school, because that's the thing. Some kids are so sheltered. They go into high school. They don't even know anything. Like they don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
You have to get that happy medium, which is starting to fall younger and younger. And
right.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good advice,
Yeah.
and I really thank you for your time, and it was very, very, very. I learned something new today, and thank you very much for being on.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Well, here we are again. Miss Shauna Lee, Jamie Stern, coming at you, no limits, in Kildares Pub, as always. It's a great pub. They're
I like
very
it
efficient
here.
today.
I like it here. Nice
Yeah,
cold
it's
beer,
pretty
friendly
good.
staff, scenery's good.
It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
loving
Yes.
it. Loving it.
I'm not gonna lie, today I am a little in pain just because we had a little bit of a debauchery weekend in hot tubs and not what you guys are thinking.
Yes, it was.
Just getting in and out of hot tubs and your
In and out
ribs.
in the hot tub.
Come on,
Nice.
Mr. Styles.
I was long gone by that time.
Well, she wasn't in the hot tub. But
I
let's
wasn't
just
in the
say
hot
it was
tub,
A
no.
little hot tub. It was one of my best friend's birthdays, and it was just one of those weekends. And then Daddy's Day, and it's just been a really long weekend. But
Busy.
otherwise, we're doing absolutely wonderful.
Yep.
And so glad to be with you all today again. And so Shauna and I were kind of thinking today, well, what are we going to talk about? Because we have covered a lot of issues over the past.
Yep.
We're at the 23rd episode, aren't we?
Yes, ma'am.
23rd
Yeah.
episode. Last episode we had some props. I thought that went pretty.
Yeah, I liked
Pretty
it
well.
actually. It was just a little how-to video for, educational video. Yeah,
video.
nothing wrong with that.
So today we're kind of thinking, well, what are we going to talk about? I'm not one of those people that write down a lot of facts on a sheet. I more kind of just say what's on my mind and what we're thinking. And it was pretty funny because Miss Kaz actually sent me a little message on Facebook, and she goes,
Yeah.
this is a new thing that's happening. And so I thought maybe you and I would just do this. No men, just Shauna Lee and I today. And of course, Mr. Styles, because he just sits in the back with those Colgate, his Colgate
Those little pearly whites. Anyway,
So apparently there was this new thing. We're going to talk about vaginas
ready to go
today.
back to the whole vagina conversation and the douching and the home remedies and the lady bits and lady parts. So take it
We
away.
like to kind of focus on things that a lot of people don't want. This is why it's called No Limits. Because we really want to help people. People don't want to ask these questions, okay? We're women, we've got vaginas, we give birth, we've got periods. We do it all. And there's a lot of people, like you can read Cosmopolitan till the cows come home, right? And yes, are these real facts? Who knows? But at the same time, we're going to talk about our facts. And one fact with me is having a vagina is a wonderful thing because we give birth and whatever. Well, I don't.
I don't
All
either.
my poor friends have.
Our
Oh my
friends
goodness.
do. We're the aunties that get to visit
I
and
know.
be cool and leave.
And I'm a new auntie. Shauna and I are now new aunties
Yeah,
again.
we got another one now.
My little peanut, Alexander, was born on
Keep
the 12th.
racking 'em up.
So yeah, it's just, but it is a subject that I think people, and especially a lot of women, want to understand. What happens after sex? What happens when the male ejaculates into the vagina after insertion? The thing is that the guys just get to get up and walk away. I'll just wash my hands, everything's great. Problem is that we're stuck with the cesspool. So one of my biggest things is go pee after sex. go pee.
This is a common sense thing.
It's a common thing, just go pee. And there's a lot of bladder infections that happen. There's a lot of stuff that happens. But then there's a lot of new remedies, natural remedies that are coming up. Like you were saying, maybe douching could be a good thing.
I don't think you should do it a lot. It's not healthy for you because it takes away the bad bacteria, but it also takes away the good bacteria in your vagina. pH balance. It's actually not good for you to do very often. I do it on occasion for personal reasons.
Or even just after your menstrual cycle.
That's when I do it. That's cycle.
Sorry, I'm on a lot of
that's when I do it, because it's, you know, like after your period, it's kind of.
We just want to feel
so
fresh. Everyone
wants to feel like, you know, nice fresh cucumber, right? Nice minty, fresh smell.
I love how she said.
So what I wanted to talk about today was Kaz sent her and I a little thing this morning on Messenger about home remedies that girls can use for home douches or washes for your lady parts.
To get your flora going.
To get your
pH balance back to normal and whatever. Because there is such a stigma about women going, oh, well, that, you know what? It's not really us that smell. It's your ejaculation that smells.
Yeah, which we've established.
You know, and these are things, and they're tough topics to talk about, but we talk about it on No Limits. So I'm kind of hoping that we can give some fresh ideas today on how to do maybe it more of a natural way. Apparently yogurt helps. This has been a debate.
This has been a big debate with us
Dan
girls.
does not agree. He's like,
Dan actually thinks you should use Go-Gurt because it's in a tube. So you can just put it up there and go and like squirt it up there. Now, I don't know. See, here's the thing. My whole thing is, I'm going to get a little bit graphic. Sorry, Mom.
It's No Limits. So
sorry, Mom.
Mommies have decided that they're not going to watch our show anymore, so we can kind of go over the top now. I'm
trying to get the creamy residue out of my vagina, not put more creamy residue into my vagina. See, this is where I'm going with this. Now, apparently, if you get plain yogurt, it has antibiotic effects.
Sweetening.
Yeah, nothing sweet, no perfumes, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Okay, well, my thoughts is I've kind of looked into it. I have kind of read up. I have a lot of friends that are very into the natural way of making a really good vagina flow. And I have a friend that actually does put plain yogurt, non-sweetened, and she does, I'm not sure how she puts it in, and really at this point,
turkey baster?
I don't want to know. Could be a turkey baster.
Probably a turkey baster.
A straw. No, I know. But apparently you can put the stuff up there, let it sit there, and it's actually a anti-yeast infection thing. I can't believe I just said that on camera. It's
supposed to be like antioxidant, antibacterial.
Exactly.
It's supposed to clean you out, apparently.
Yes,
Yeah.
but a lot of doctors, like, we'll just hand them antibiotics, and they can do that. Well, that's wonderful, but it's not healthy. So for females out there, my suggestion is don't douche. I personally think, and I've heard that it's actually really bad. It does work for some women, I'm sure. But at the same time, I think my biggest thing at the end of the day is just urinate after sex. It stops bladder infections.
And the vagina apparently is like very, very self-cleaning, and as long as you're not putting, fruits, vegetables, rodents,
cucumbers,
things that shouldn't be in your vagina up there,
I can't
you're
believe
good.
she just said rodents. Who just said rodents?
There's a lot of weird
Vagina.
shit out there. We can get into that another day. That's another conversation that we can have.
Oh dear. What kind of rodents are we talking about?
Well,
Or are you thinking more about the male?
Well, I was
sexual aspect.
I was thinking more the male, yes, because let's just say there's been a few stories about little critters in the bum. That's another conversation, though. Point is, don't put anything in your vagina but dildos and penises.
And clean dildos, wash them, and lube. I had a girl, and actually I don't think I told you this story, and Styles, you'll love to know this story. She put olive oil up her vajayjay and had the nastiest infection that she was hospitalized. And it was olive oil. It wasn't extra virgin olive oil. It was the pure, like,
Yeah,
let's go to the
see?
Louis store and buy a $2 thing of
Well, it's like when you, it's like,
Baby
it's like
oil.
with hand creams, like hand creams and stuff. Like, you know, the guy says, oh, you know, lube me up with that. Hand creams have perfumes, they have
Yeah.
chemicals. So not good for your vagina. Might feel good at the time, but 2 days later, trust me, you're gonna freaking suffer.
And see, and that's what bothers me is that a lot of, okay, I'm talking real men would never ask their women to do this, but a lot of douchebags out there, and you guys all know who you are, is I just want to get this done, get the deed done. I don't care what it is, just put whatever in there. It could be someone's face mask cream. It could be shampoo. I don't care. And to me, it's just like, it's so unfair for us being females. And it's like, okay, you get to pull away and walk away, and we're the ones stuck with all the infections. And then there's this stigma about women going, oh, well, that's all you guys. Just saying, like, you know, they're actually saying that women shouldn't even wash their vaginas with soaps. They say actually you just do it with just water, and I'm always thinking, oh, I think some soap would be nice, but there's a lot of perfumes in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought it was really interesting that Kaz sent us this thing, and there's something called a steam cleaning thing.
Oh, the
now.
steam cleaning. Oh, I couldn't believe this one. This is new to me. Apparently there's celebrities and people that basically vacuum their vagina. Like, I don't know. This is like, to me, it's like, whoa, this is overboard. But apparently there was a couple, you know, advertisements or
Basically, they go in, they vacuum it out. It's kind of like a steam cleaner. For
they're trying to like
their
take
vagina.
all their stuff out of their vagina. Now I'm thinking, like, what did you put up your vagina that you actually have to vacuum out?
Some people want to feel fresh. Like,
Like,
do
okay,
you
but
like
that's
to feel
like,
fresh.
Ooh.
When you
Yes.
take a shower and you're
Totally.
washing
Best
your
feeling going.
genitals,
I have a shower every morning because I want to walk out that door feeling fresh.
feeling
yes,
fresh,
fresh and clean. Yes, absolutely.
It's like that commercial when they're doing the beds, you know, and it's like it's the bounce commercial.
Yep.
It's a beautiful moment, and they're doing their thing, and the doves are flying out the window.
And there's
it's
downy and there's
fresh.
doves and it's
It's not
yeah.
quite like that, Jamie. I just want to feel fresh going out the door.
Well, I like my sheets clean all the time. And I like to feel fresh, and I like to feel good.
As every woman does.
So now that this whole steam clean, you know, whatever that,
Well, the thing with the steam cleaning too, I was thinking, like, if you're like vacuuming your labia, doesn't that like
are
stretch?
you that?
Well, does it like stretch out your lady bits? Like, if you got a vacuum there, doing that, does that like not stretch out your
I think it was more
Your
of
lips?
more of the insertion of
steam
the
clean?
vacuum.
Okay, so they're putting a vacuum in their vagina. Okay, that's
They're
just
steam
gross.
cleaning it.
That's
It's
just
like
weird.
Steam cleaning for carpets.
That's weird.
And it's like, how,
Nah, it's
you know, like you and like us women, we have it bad enough. We have periods.
Now we're
once a
putting
month.
vacuum cleaners up our
We have
vaginas.
to deal with. I'm not even gonna get there.
If a vacuum cleaner fits up your vagina, there's a problem.
But
Just
you
gonna
know,
say.
whatever works. I'm just saying, our topic conversation today is don't feel embarrassed about being a woman. You are a woman. This is what happens. Pee after sex. Take care of your
Parts.
beautiful parts.
Mhm.
Because we do make babies. Oh, sorry, I know, I'm not supposed to touch my microphone. We do make babies, and you know what, women, we're power machines. We really are. And so credit to every woman out there that has had babies and are great mothers. And I respect the female body. And I just think that is a really good topic to talk about.
And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask Dr. Sue over here. She has all the
I
answers.
do look at facts, like I said. I'm
She's
not
a Google.
doctor.
She's a Google person. She
Well, and I have a vagina,
researches a
let's be
lot of
clear.
things, so she has the answers to a lot of things. If you guys need any more questions, let us know. We got Stampede coming up.
Stampede coming up
Right away,
Wash those
too,
vaginas,
so-
ladies. Wash those vaginas.
Get those vaginas
Stampede's
ready for
coming up.
Stampede. It's boots, boobs, and beers. Let's do it.
Cowboy boots and beers.
Yep.
Also, one thing with our page that I've noticed is that a lot of people want to make comments, And if you're on the YouTube page, make sure that you scroll all the way down to the bottom to make a comment, because a lot of my friends and your friends
Tried
also
under the
try and
video.
make a comment.
Yeah.
So just go scroll all the way down, and you know what, if you don't agree, or if you even have good facts for us, write it down, because I think that's great.
Yep.
And yeah,
Agree or
that's our show.
disagree?
Agree
Bring it on.
or disagree.
Bring it on.
No problem. Please like our page on Twitter. We are on Facebook now. And thanks for joining us. And this was a vagina conversation.
Vagina Monologues, Part 3. Part 4 will be coming
I know.
with Stampede, because, well, Stampede is all about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. So,
And rides. And apparently Stampede also is going to be having a lot of really cool food.
interesting food.
Amazing menu. So Google the food on Stampede 2019, because you're going to see a lot of really cool stuff there too. Anyways,
And next week's
love
show
you all.
will be about Stampede and the food and the rides. We have some good stories about rides.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyways, we love you all, and peace and love, and we will see you next week.
Have a great week.
Love your vaginas, lady. Love them and be proud of them.
For now.
Hello and welcome to Footy Talk. Hi Dan, how you doing?
Peachy.
Excellent. We'll talk about this at the end of the segment.
Okay.
Are you loving it?
Keep us in suspense.
Cavalry remain undefeated after Al Clasico Part 2 on Saturday at Clark Stadium in Edmonton. We took it 3-0.
Al Clasico Part D. So let's just mix Spanish and French and English. Just jumble it all in there, eh?
Damn straight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our biggest win of the spring season so far. The Eddies outshot Cavalry in the first half 13-3, but late in the half, Mr. Wielden himself brought midfielder Julian Busher off for centre-back Dominic Zator, which stabilised things defensively. The goals were scored in the second half in the 66th, 66th, 63rd and 77th minute. Camargo scored the first two, and Pasquotti scored. Pasquotti, is that how you pronounce his name? Or
Yeah.
Pasquotti scored the third. It was great.
Yeah, we had a bunch of fans make it up for the trip. I was watching it, and it looked like we almost 50-50.
Yeah,
We traveled very well.
yeah.
Next up for us,
We're still on the road, visiting Halifax tomorrow at 4 p.m. You can watch all games here at Kildares. As you all know, come get some food, have a few beers,
Rosencrown as well.
Rosencrown as well, which I keep forgetting. Sorry. Our next home game is on Saturday against Forge at 4 p.m. Get your tickets, your scarves, and your singing voice, and get on down there. Kildares before and after. Take advantage of the bus.
Moving forward in the Canadian Championship
Yep.
League, the Cup,
Yep.
which is not part of our Cavalry regular season. Next up, we have the MLS Vancouver Whitecaps.
Yes. I
And-
actually did some homework on this.
Yeah, same. I think we're catching them at a great time because they can't score a goal to save their life.
Right. It's going to be awesome. I think I actually might get tickets for that game.
I have my tickets. I secured mine. I will
did?
be. Oh yeah.
For your regular seats?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So section 200, row 6, seat 26 to 27.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Vancouver's coming in 16 games so far this year in MLS, 16 matches and 17 goals for.
Yeah.
They can't score.
No. No. Well, gone are the days of Bobby Lenarduzzi, eh?
Totally.
So the
What a doozy of a name.
he played with my dad for a while in Reading, in England. So the first leg is at Spruce Meadows on the 10th of July at 7:30, and then the 24th of July in Vancouver. If we win this round, we're going to be in the semi-finals in August. Pretty amazing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
but one step at a time.
Yeah.
I did a little homework into this championship because I wasn't really sure, because there's like clubs from different leagues that are in this competition. So there's like the 5 leagues, 7 from the CPL, Canadian Premier, 3 from the MLS, 1 from the USL, and 1 from 1 League One, and 1 Premier League de Soccer de Quebec. So there's
Quebec
5
has their own
leagues.
league. Okay.
Yes, of course.
All right.
Yes. So that's going to be pretty cool if we win that and get through to the...
I think who's left? Toronto's already ahead. They're waiting. Toronto FC's waiting. Vancouver, Cavalry, York, and I forget who York is playing. Sorry, but it doesn't matter because neither of you are going to win against Cavalry or Vancouver. Like it's just, yeah, you guys are waiting to figure out who you lose to.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
We're going to get to the final and we're going to win and we're going to get into the 2020 CONCACAF Champions League, which is North America, Central America, and the Caribbean. So that's big time.
Who are you and Tony going to cheer for if we get in against the Caribbean? A Caribbean team.
Canada. Of course.
Aren't you guys from the Caribbean? Did you meet and fall in love in the Caribbean?
Yes, but we're not from there.
Oh.
No, support our... I have a bit of a tough time with Canada and England, which, you know, we will talk about with the World Cup, because both Canada and England are doing very well. They're into the knockout stages now. They've got 1 more game in their group to play, but they won their first 2.
Yeah.
And so we're into the knockout. So if Canada ends up playing England, then I might have a difficult time.
I'll still cheer for England.
You're still cheer for England?
God save my queen. She's on the money.
Oh wow! Talking of the Queen, it was the first day of Royal Ascot today. I know we're getting off footy, but it's kind of interesting. We, Tony and I always wake up and look at current affairs and interesting topics of what's going on in the world over coffee, and I noticed that it was the first day of Royal Ascot today, and what they do is they wear some pretty spectacular and fascinating and out there garb, especially hats. So today, at short notice, I got one of my little boaters. I love pumpkins, and I'm a DJ, and I love football. So this is my version of a crazy hat at short notice.
This is my hat today, my usual blue collar as fuck, because I'm from Alberta and that's how we do things out here.
Yay! So if you want a bit of a laugh and want to see something really out there, look at the aristocrats from England at the horse racing in Ascot in all of their crazy garb, and I will send Dave, our producer, a couple of pictures so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. It's nuts.
We're gonna have to get some links up because I don't think half the viewers understand Ascots and aristocrats, and I don't.
Rich people.
Oh, rich people stuff. Cucumber sandwiches without the crust.
Right, Downton Abbey type people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White wigs.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It puts all the horse racing in the shade, Royal Ascot. It's crazy. I've seen some absolutely. Some of the men do it too. You would love it.
I probably would. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, you'd be creative. You'd do it.
Yeah.
So that's what this was all about. Just a little bit of fun on the side.
A little bit of fun, a little bit of culture to all you uncultured swine.
So enjoy. Look it up online. It's awesome. What lights up a football stadium?
What lights up a football stadium?
Yeah.
Spotlights?
A football match! Yay! And we're done, I think.
Is that a joke? Is that a joke?
That's a joke.
Oh, okay. See you guys next week.
Hey, this is Tony Tattoo coming at you from Kildares, and we've got Lee live up in Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, Canada. And if any of you in the world don't know where that is, it's about 200 miles from where we'll be sitting in Santa's lap. So anyway, Lee, take it on, man.
Well, listen, I wish everybody joins you in the wonderful Kildares Pub. I am at the WT Brewing Company. The folks here are wonderful hosts. We're hearing the midnight sunrise. I'm very excited. We got a lot to talk about today. Tony, you see what you do?
Yes, actually, I'm very excited. We finally are putting our $4.5 billion pipeline to work.
4.5. I thought it was 7.2.
Well, yeah, that's after you carbon tax it.
That's a good one. So, listen, Alberta economy generally happy about this. My Indigenous clients that I'm working with are over the moon. Those that are sad that they want to be part of the project, and there are other nations who are on the coast who see this as an absolute travesty. Tony, I want to get your initial impression. I'll tell you my initial impression with the approval of the Trudeau government today. My initial impression is a double-edged sword.
Right.
One, you know what? We can use some good news. We need jobs in Alberta. It's been a tough decade for us in Alberta. This is good news. Conversation about that. Well, deep dive a little bit, Tony, but the environmentalist in me, shares the concern that we have with all the people along the pipeline about the potential devastation of the project and what this symbolizes in terms of continued plastic and oil usage. Tony, what are your initial impressions?
I think that this has been a good step forward. I mean, I don't think there was any other type of result, Lee, that they could have came up with today. And now, since that court ruling came down, that there's going to be proper consultation with Indigenous people all the way from here to the coast, and also, I mean, we're already running 4,000 tankers through that area of British Columbia. That to me is not too much of a margin right there. So. There really was no other. I mean, you bought the pipeline, you own it. We own it, actually. I mean, I have $15 invested in it, thanks to the government. I'd like to see my $15 go to work.
I get that sentiment. I'm just as excited as the next guy. At the end of the day, I did some research, Tony. No, because we only have 1.5 trillion barrels of oil left on this planet. At our current rate of consumption, that's 50 years. Our human species has 50 years of burning fossil fuels the way we are today to be able to figure out something else. That's a little staggering.
Well, that's what's amazing is that even the Saskatchewan are they're coming up with ideas like micro-nuclear power plants. Not major ones, but enough, to supply a power grid. And it's going to take a little bit of oil and gas to build those, but I think that's kind of the right road.
Now that we can lighten the range of we got to feed our families first. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is that no one's going to have intellectual debates when we're sitting there and we can't pay our mortgage and we can't feed ourselves. So let's feed ourselves. Let's get a couple of years behind us and then let's figure out what we can do to move forward and all together to save the planet, including the micro energy project. I like hydro. It just turns out that there's a Indigenous clean energy conference going on up here in Yellowknife. So I think I'm going to go in more and find out a little bit more about how Indigenous people are trying to grapple with this energy crisis. Tony, I got a question for you.
Yep.
Justin Trudeau, like he usually will, is going to come sniffing around stampede time. Is all forgiven, or he's going to invite him to Kildares and have a beer with old JP?
Hey, like we said, Lee, right from the beginning.
What mark do you give him? What mark do you give him?
Like we said, I would love to have him on a show for a debate, a healthy, robust debate. you're sorry, I will not speak on your behalf. My opinion, you know my opinion, and I'm sure anybody who's watched the show from here from the last few episodes know my opinion. And I agree with the fact right from the beginning that he was never ready to be a prime minister of this country or to lead. So I'm going to stick to that, I got nothing against anybody, but I do have a problem with people that can't seem to do their job.
Yeah, and so listen, I'll make my opinion clear. I was one of the blind, followers who thought that there was a person who actually wanted to have a holistic debate, including talking meaningfully to Indigenous people, talking meaningfully to Albertans and oil and gas people whose livelihood relies on this industry, speaking with British Columbians whose livelihood includes clean water habitat, and he's failed for me on all fronts. This is a man, Tony, you were preaching and I wasn't listening, and I admit, point for you, I failed, and I'm just so happy that we have an election coming up soon. Yeah. I can't wait till JP's removed as leader of the Liberal Party. I still think that the Liberal Party can be salvaged if we get a better leader in there. And who I think would be an awesome leader. But we got turbulent seas ahead, and we need a leader who's gonna. Jesus, did you hear Donald Trump's going to be announcing his re-election bid here in the next day or two?
Yeah.
Think of that.
Well, it's always been said that he's Canada's president too. Anyway, Lee, we got to wrap up. All right. We appreciate you, and you know what? And have a great time up there in Yellowknife.
All right, I'll do. Hey, to all my friends in Kildares, have one for me, and we'll see you this weekend.
Will do.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, take care. Hey, this has been Wide Open YYC. We hope you enjoyed the show. We enjoy doing it for you every week here at the wonderful Kildares Pub in the deep southwest of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Tell your friends to watch us on YouTube. Get involved in the conversation. Join us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember, just be nice to everybody. Keep it between the ditches. And Randy Crow.